You guys can't hear me. You can hear me now. What's going on, guys? How we all doing? Pleasure to be here. Thanks for joining me for another Lethal's Vapor Lounge live. It's great to see you guys again. It's been a whole week. Not a lot's changed around this way. Still doing a lot of family work. Doing a lot of yard work and housework, stuff like that. Getting it ready to host a few guests, hopefully. Gonna have a nice big cookout again. That's gonna be a thing, I think. So, evening to everybody in chat. I'm gonna go ahead and start this off. We'll kick it off again, as we always do, with our buffet, as it were. Yes, as the title states, there will be a special guest. He is a little tied up just at the moment, but I will be having Michelle Lynn, K-Riss. What's going on? I forgot. I gotta send the invite, copy URL, to my man, Mr. Vapor Swaggins. There he goes. So, there we are. I tied up Swags. Oh, man. Alright, so here we go. Awesome. Now I gotta stop playing with the mouse because it's gonna continue to mess up what's going on here. Here. Right there. So yeah, buffet. What have I got? Well, first up we've got the Pandora with the Apocalypse Gen 2 on top there and a nasty dirty top cap drip tip there. We've got the Topside Dual with the Drop Dead still on top there. We've also got that Voopoo Drag with, today we're rocking that True Tank MTL. The True Tank. Very, very nice mouth to lung tank. It is an RTA, so you got to build it yourself, but it is nice. Also, we've got the Luxotic NC again with that Kelpie RTA. There you go, the Kelpie RTA. Very, very nice. 3 other setups that I've got swapping around today. I know it's a lot, but we got the Dot Mod Dot Box 300 watt with the Dead Rabbit RTA on top there. We've also got the FP RTA on top of the overpowered 21700 stacked mod, running that very nicely. And lastly but not leastly, we also have a mouth to lung pod system. That's the Smock Rolo badge. I much prefer the True Tank to the Smock badge, to be honest with you. I'm not even joking. I love it. Love it, love it. Let me get my microphone a little closer to my mouth. That way you guys aren't straining to hear me or jacking up your speaker systems. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and move my mic a little closer to my mouth, to my mouth holes. All right. Let's go ahead and give shout outs to people in chat real quick. We've got Manic Stereo, Andy Harris in the house, Reverend Vapes, Gav Evans, how we doing? Matthew Watson, Michelle Lynn, Need a Newbie, Jason Lee. We got Vaping with CJ. Hello, hello, hello. We've also got, I saw somebody else there, didn't I? Nope, that's about it. So let's see, what do we have to talk about with our guest today? Well, what do I have to talk about? Not a lot, other than the fact that the usual regulation crap is still going on around here in the U.S. Everywhere, but here in the U.S. it's pretty bad right now. Not throwing in the towel just yet, though, so that's a good thing. The weather should never get this hot in Scotland. I'm not built for the heat. Did I just see juice in that FP? Yeah, you did. You saw juice in the FP. Doesn't leak for me. I don't get vapor lock. Usually. And damn, is it nice. It is nice. I like that. Tim Baker, Stewart, how we doing, guys? Big love to you. I gotta tell you, I think I'm starting to get my mojo back. I want to get this show back on the road. So I do think I'm gonna crack down and do those reviews this week, or at least one. I want to get at least one done this week. And yes, Stuart, it's gonna be yours. Cal's Irons, big love. How are you, my dude? Looks like a water cooler. Yeah, CJ, I've kind of missed doing them, to be honest with you. I do. I miss doing them. That's what I'm going to work on. Jason is getting back into the flow of things. Chris Snyder, what's going on, my dude? That's I do believe my good friend Duncle Croy. What's going on, my dude? Uncle Chris. Yep, that is Uncle Chris. Yes, we can. What am I doing, Michelle? Why are you not a moderator on this channel? Do you want a wrench? I think I want to give you a wrench. X1 if I should give Michelle Lynn a wrench. I'm going to wait. No, I'm not going to wait, but I'll watch to see who puts one in there. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into the flow of things. I'm gonna start sitting down in front of the camera again and doing some recording. I may kick off with another vlog. I might end up doing that. That might be a thing I do, because I kind of miss you guys. Doing this one show a week of my own, and then Home Service Live tomorrow. I'm not around as much as I used to be, and it's kind of disheartening. So I want to get back into it, so I think I'm going to do a few extra different things, and I think that a vlog would be a good way to start, kick it off. So the True Tank. Has anybody out there used the True Tank? Nobody's going to X1 for Michelle. You know what? Michelle Lynn, you get one anyways. That's okay. If anybody's used the True Tank out there, what do you think to it? You love the True. Awesome. Now, Andy Harris and CJ, I have the power. Guys in chat, if you do have a True Tank, did you have an issue with it the first few times building on it? Whether it be wicking primarily. Did you have an issue with wicking? Did it leak a lot on you? Oh, man. I mean, personally, I had an issue with it the first time I built on it, and I put it down. I said, nope, I'm not dealing with another leaky tank. I don't want to have this headache at all. Yeah, exactly, Andy. All of it came right out. I filled the tank, and within 10 minutes, the whole thing was drained. Exactly, too. I put it down, like I said. I pushed it off to the shelf, and I said, no, I'm not going to bother with this. I don't want the headache. Then yesterday, for whatever reason, I decided I was going to throw it in there and try wicking it a little differently, maybe a little longer than I had the first time. And now she's wicking. She's not vapor locking on me. Nothing. She's good to go. She's not leaking. Why do I always refer to my devices as she? I shouldn't be assuming gender here. That's not a thing. Little longer wicks. Yeah, exactly. Never a full tank leak though. Eek. I guess you're lucky there. Flat Cap, what's going on? You love the bandana. Hey, thank you very much. I love dripping. I do. Don't get me wrong. Lately, where I've been on the run so much, I don't really want to stop and take the time to keep dripping. So I just bring a tank with me, preferably an RTA. I don't like stock coil tanks very much at all. So that's going to be a no-go there. Flat Cap. I know. Oh, I didn't even show this bad boy off. We got that Mongrel V2 from Smog Mods in the UK, number 41 out of 98, with the Equitas on top. And in that, I'm actually running some of this very delicious Silverback's Rocky, which is a beautiful, beautiful banana oatmeal cookie. But it definitely, to me, tastes a bit more like banana pie filling. It's really good. Really good. Really, really good. And I'm not a big fan of banana juice, so. Thank you very much, Michelle. Much appreciate that. There was something, actually, I did see. Oops. One sec, fam. Where was it? Somebody had posted it on my page. There was an article. I can't find it now. That's okay though. I will eventually. And then we can talk about it. But for now, what are you guys vaping on, first of all? And what's your favorite for the day? You know, I know that a lot of us are carrying our favorites. Some of us are at work and can't carry our favorite. So tell me in chat, what are you guys vaping on? And do you guys have any questions for me? This is kind of going to be a Q&A until our guest arrives. So yeah, throw out some questions for me if you want to know anything. You got anything you need to know, you want to know, let me know. Just let me know. Favorite device for myself at the moment is hard because I don't really have one. We all know I absolutely love and stand by the Equitas RDA as a topper. I absolutely love that RDA. And why did Cortana kick in? I don't know why Cortana decided to make herself known. There he is, the man himself, Mr. Vapor effing Swaggins.
Hey, sorry.
No, dude, don't worry about it. No worries, no worries. We are here. Boom. Kaboom. So how are you, Swags?
Good, how are you doing? How did I get signed out? I think Facebook's been doing, not Facebook, YouTube's been doing that, like, recently. Stan just had that issue where it's like he's running the show and he gets kicked out. He keeps getting kicked out of his account, so he can't comment in the chat.
What?
Anyways, I'm doing great. I'm kind of tired. You mentioned you were doing a show and you were like, I'm doing it by myself. And I was like, you know what? If it's an hour, I'll jump on. Why not? I love Lethal Coils, a.k.a. Chris. Cool Chris McKay.
Oh, I love you too, brother. My fellow masshole.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we just went over some of the stuff that I'm vaping on, some of the stuff that's going on for me the last week. What is your buffet for the night?
Sure, yeah. So I got a few things. I just got my Mako in. I just traded a DDP for this Mako.
There it is.
Yeah, and this is the other side. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. It's a DNA 60 Squonker. On the bottom is the screen, and it is really cool. I've been looking for one of these for a while, just never bought one outright because I have too many squonkers as it is, but I traded for it and I got these extra panels with it too. These are the ones I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, the guns.
Yeah, and then I got some like traditional like this is like a traditional Japanese pattern, the waves.
Yep.
And just ones with the Mako's all about Mako sharks and stuff. You can't really see that one. Anyways, that's cool. So vaping, excuse me, on that with the flavor RDA by Adrian Yu, and I got a Never Normal purple cap on top, beauty ring. It's nice. And I'm vaping on the twins. Vaping on these guys forever. I just posted about these guys. This is the Cycloid version.
Cycloid 2.1?
Yeah, 2.1. Yeah, sorry.
I did a review of one of those.
I saw that because I was looking for a video on how to tear it down because this was all blacked out, and this I got with the gold panels and button to swap. And you have to take the whole thing apart to get the buttons out. So
Yep.
I saw that you made a video about it though, but this has got the DLC Skyfall on top, and this has got the DLC Jenna on top.
My buddy lent that to me, and he lent me the Haku Vena to review as well. I was very impressed with the Vena. It took me a month to get it back to him.
Yeah, Vena's good because it's not super wide open, but it's not super tight either. It's like
right. It's like a really nice, happy medium.
and there's a lot of them out there. So if you ever want to get one, you can find a good deal on one secondhand. That's what I love about high end and Haku. To be honest, I've had a lot of Haku products, and I only have the Vena left. I just got rid of my Riviera, but
wow.
I'm also vaping on the
Smoant. Vicious Ant.
Yeah, Vicious Ant Omega, the Club Omega. It's pretty awesome.
What is that? Is that stock coils?
It's an RSA. There's actually a
Rebuildable section?
Yeah, built into. Sorry if we're taking too much time here, but
No, I'm interested.
basically, right inside of here is an 18 millimeter Addy that drops down. So basically, if I take the strip tip off,
Oh, it pulls up.
it'll basically you take like a penny or a quarter or whatever, and you can turn this, and the whole thing comes out. And I could show it to you a little bit later, but it's a rebuildable RSA, it's an RDA, but it only squonks, so it's an RSA.
Yeah.
And you can squonk it, so it's like a billet box experience, but with an RDA vape. And I've been waiting for this.
That's
forever.
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I really enjoy it. DNA 75C, 18650, 6.8 ml bottle. That's really good. And then last but not least, I'm vaping on the Orchid with, I didn't say what juices, so I got Tango Melon in three out of the 4 setups. I got Tango Melon in there. I got Nectosphere. This is by Transistor. If we got UK people watching, if you guys can't get Transistor in the UK, I'm trying to talk to people about getting distribution out there. But if you're not aware of this, we have PMTAs coming in the States. We have a lot of shit coming up the pipeline. And so people aren't focusing on anything other than like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm throwing the towel in now. So some businesses are doing that. I hope Transistor doesn't do that, but you guys need these flavors, especially Tango Chill, because you Brits love your freaking chilled juices. God damn it.
They do. Hello to Vaping with Vic. How are you, my dude? Big love to you. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Flat Cap, you did have a question. Am I into my tech, and would I use an app to control my mod? I am into tech, and I would do that for the purposes of review, but the chances of me using that on a day-to-day basis are very slim to none. Just like it would actually have to depend, I think. Would the app be the only way to control your mod, or would it have its own controls if you didn't want to use the app as well? And that actually goes out to you as well, Mr. Swaggins.
All right. Well, it depends on what you're speaking of specifically. I know that Juul, and I know this because I just saw it at NBE New York. It's beta testing in Canada right now, but Juul came out with a Bluetooth software for a new Juul device that has Bluetooth built into it. It's the same size, pretty much. I mean, maybe it's like a millimeter two or longer, but basically there's an app, a partner app or a companion app that goes with it, where you can lock and unlock the device. Literally, like you can lock it so it can't hit. Like in the middle of a hit, you could lock it.
Oh wow.
Um, you could, and also there's a little tracking feature, so it'll beep and flash. So that's something where I'm like, sure, yeah, why not? I mean, if I'm a parent and I just use my Jewel and I have it in the kitchen, I lock it when I go away. I go to the bathroom or whatever, etc.
Well,
That seems really cool, especially in answer to what's going on with the FDA. But
yeah, I actually I have to retract that because I currently do that, but not with one of my e-liquid vape mods. You know the one I'm talking about, the PAX 3.
yeah,
I use that, and the only way to really control that is through the app. So I guess I already do that, so I guess I wouldn't be, opposed to trying it out.
you know what I'd like to see, Chris?
What's that?
I'd like to see with the DNA Go boards, right? The DNA Orion. I have it right here.
Yep.
Everybody knows what it looks like. I don't know why I'm grabbing it. But with this guy, where it has no screen on it, this would be cool. Add a Bluetooth, add an app, and then I can use an eScribe app, and I can.
Oh, that would be super dope.
I don't have to plug it into a computer all the time to change my settings.
Dude, that would be so dope.
Yeah. That's a good idea right there. Is to, hey, you don't want to have a screen on it. You want to have extra space for something because the chip's smaller.
Dude,
They
you
can
gotta
put a Bluetooth thing in there.
you gotta talk to them and get that patented.
Talk to China. China, they'll either be like, "That's a stupid idea," and then do it themselves, or they'll say that's a stupid idea and then do it 5 years later when everybody else has done it.
Either way, China's doing it. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, those are really, really sick little mods, man. I did enjoy that Cycloid 2.1. I really did.
It's my favorite.
What else did he have? He had a billet box too.
I just sold my billet. Well, I didn't just. I sold my billet box like a month after I got it because I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
It was cool to have one because I've been vaping for like 5 years now, so it's like I'd seen them come and go. I'm sure everybody has. There've been. This isn't the first resurgence of billet box in the popularity, but it is like a mainstream push. I think there's a lot more live shows on now on YouTube than there used to be. So like you see a lot more of it. You hear a lot more about it than you used to.
Right. Oh man, vaping with Vic says hashtag fuck Jewel, hashtag Sanban Cisco.
Yep. Pretty much. You caught me off guard there, but I agree.
Yeah, right. Oh man. Stu Rap, you put a 6 wrap 24 gauge stainless steel build in your Kennedy and you love it. Beautiful. I'm glad you took the advice. I'm glad I could help you out a little bit, and I'm glad that you really enjoy it. That's dope. I have both of the Kennedys around here somewhere. I've got my 24 millimeter, actually 24 millimeters currently on a atomizer stand. The other 25 millimeters sitting on top of the Rigmods Legacy, which is a really nice little tube mod. Do you use tubes at all?
Yeah, dude. I normally have this guy set up, but I have so many squonkers going right now that I'm not rocking it. But this is the Ruby 21.
Ooh.
I just got this in with the DHD chop top, and I got the stainless with copper, and I got the full copper constant contact. But this thing is the end all be all. Like I could get rid of all of my tubes right now if I wanted to, because this is like the
one that just stands out the most.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just hits, man. It just hits so hard. That's the one mod you can get in stainless, brushed stainless.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about it hitting like a wet noodle.
That's like the overpowered for me. I can't seem to bring myself to use it in single tube mode. It's just, it was designed as a series stack, and I want to use it such. So for my stacked mods, that's definitely number one.
Yeah.
If it came down to a single cell mod, what would I choose? Man, I'm probably gonna have to go with the Mongrel V2. from Smog Mods over in the UK. 41 out of 98. It was really nice. It's not constant contact. Whoops. And this is actually the replacement switch that they made for them. This was the V2 switch, but it's got nice chunky contact. The only problem that I find with it is, though, that some of the 18650s I have, the way the batteries are wrapped, the plastic gets in the way of making that contact. But it's a massive chunky copper button, and I got to clean it off a little bit.
Yeah, that's the one issue you have. There's a lot of surface area there.
Yeah.
But because of that, you need to have, it's like, because there's no raised up bump on that, you need to have like your wraps perfect.
Yep, you do. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
But I have a lot of tubes, man. And the thing is, like, you have a stack. Like, I had one stack, and I didn't buy it as a stack. This was a gift, and it came with the stack. This is the Spike V2 out of the Philippines. This is the MCM.
Holy cow.
But this is an aluminum, and it came with this stack section on the bottom, which comes off. And then basically this bottom piece right here goes in here as the contact. This is it. This is your 18650. You put a 20S in here with a 24 millimeter Addy, or 25 maybe.
That's like the slam piece.
Yeah, it hits super hard. It even comes with a little thing that screws in here. Allows you to hang it from around your neck. I've seen Pal 702 do it. He's probably the only person that could look cool doing that. But I've never rocked a stack tube. I've rocked stacks in a box, like series box mods and stuff like that.
Yep.
MOSFETs, but I've just never been about that.
I gotta, at least somehow get on your level with mods at the moment. So I'm just gonna show this one. I gotta send it back, but.
Oh, is that a Danessa?
Yeah.
That thing's sexy.
I had to.
Absolutely, bro. My level, I mean, shoot. Don't get on my level. I've spent way too much money on vaping. Selling some of my stuff. I have sold some of my stuff, and it's been nice. It's kind of been like an anxiety lifter.
Yeah.
As I went kind of full on.
Oh, you went all out.
Dude, over the last year, man, getting into high end, it's just been insane. It's been. I don't have any regrets, but it's been a serious toll on my pocket.
Oh, everybody's talking about how hot it is. Oh, Reverend David
I heard
Green.
they're having a heat flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 there now. 43 degrees Celsius in Philly this past weekend. Too fucking hot. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. I was supposed to be in. So normally I go to the UK for the month of July every summer. Last summer it was so freaking hot, and then I went to Belgium after, and it's like nobody has central AC. The best thing you have is like a window unit with one of those old tubes, exhaust tubes, but most people aren't set up for that. So you have like fans, and you're just blowing hot breath at yourself. So I'm kind of happy to know. Sorry to you guys out there that live out there. I'm kind of happy to know that I missed a heat wave.
Oh man!
Last year, all the grass. The grass in England. They cut it so short. It was all burned. I went to Blenheim Palace, and it was just like all brown, where it normally is like nice and green over there.
That's horrible. I hate a brown lawn. I don't know why. Maybe
Nothing worse than a brown lawn. That's what I do.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I did landscaping for 17, 18 years, so it's like, oh my God, when I see somebody with like dead grass, I'm like, what are you doing to your lawn that's killing it so fast?
They're overwatering it, I bet.
Probably. There could be a variety of different reasons.
You're right.
But
that's the only one I know.
Yeah.
Grubs. They've got a grub problem.
Yes.
Well, it's hot here, right? It's 80 degrees. Actually, it's nice out today.
Yeah, it is. Compared to what we've had the past week,
yeah,
we've had some really hot weather.
105 like a few days ago. My AC was running, and the inside of my apartment was still getting warmer.
Yeah. 38 Celsius tomorrow, they hear in London.
Which is over 100.
Yeah. It's too hot. That's too hot for me. I gotta have the AC.
Go hang out in Boots. Or whatever, hang out in a department store. They'll have AC.
Right?
That's what we did, man. Just like there's no AC in the college. The college I was staying at, Wadham College in Oxford, England. We were at the top floor of the main building. You know, where the main what a little what is it called? I'm trying to think of the British name for it. Anyways, we were in the main building and we're in the top floor, and you have like 3.5 foot thick granite rock walls, and no air conditioning, and you're just like, it's just hot. It's hot. It's cool when it shouldn't be cool, and it's hot the rest of the time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Bring back the Ice Age, says Michelle Lynn. Have you come across any articles lately? Anything news related?
Vape news related?
Yeah.
Well, specifically, we were fighting a flavor ban in the state of Massachusetts right now. My town actually already passed a flavor ban, so all the vape shops are now out of business in my town. But the state is looking to pass a flavor ban initiative. It's Senator Keegan. He is pushing that, Democrat, along with Representative Jennifer something, and she is a Democrat. I mean, it's a bipartisan thing. I think both sides really are not too
far off the mark.
Yeah, far off the mark for just attacking vaping because it's a money game. But we're waiting on that. They had a hearing. Ironically, there were a bunch of Indians that were at, like, Indian nationality from India. They were there they all had shirts on. They were fighting for menthol tobacco. So they're fighting, basically the ban kills tobacco flavors as well, so menthol cigarettes. So they were there in numbers fighting for menthol cigarettes. I'd love to see more vapors like that. I was out of town. Excuses for why I wasn't there, but it was really just a hearing so they could hear. I don't know what the process is. I'm not a politician. I don't know what's going to happen, but supposedly in the fall, September, October is when they're going to vote on it. I hope it doesn't go through. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I don't
no
either.
red tape to get through when they ban flavors. It's not like a wholesale tax, etc. It's like no flavors.
Right. I would hate that. It's been said so many times, adults like flavors too. It's not, targeting kids. It's giving options.
I like these. I got a 2-pound bag of them. Does that mean that I'm, appealing to children? No, I freaking like Sour Patch Kids. Have all my life.
Yep.
Fuck you, government. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
That's like me with my Haribo gummy bears. I buy 2 3-pound bags and I'll sit there and I'll just munch on them. I like gummy bears.
A flavored e-liquid that's Haribo gummy bear flavored, at least, as long as the only issue should be IP theft. Like if you have a Haribo box, it's like liquid.
Right. Like Candy King did.
Yeah.
Like Candy King did with all the Swedish fish.
Absolutely.
And
that's what should be wrong. Otherwise, fuck you guys. Because guess what? They're setting up right now to ban everything except for Juul. So what do you think that's going to do?
And IQOS. Don't forget IQOS.
IQOS. But I'm saying Juul, which is what everybody's been pushing, which was the forefront of this whole discussion and war on youth vaping, was the Juul, and they even coined the term Juuling. So when the Juul is the only thing that's left, the thing that was the campaign for killing vaping because of the teen vaping epidemic,
right.
What do you think people are going to say? I think that there are going to be some people that are like, what? Everything's gone, but the Juul still exists. I thought we were fighting to kill the Juul. Now the Juul's here making trillions of dollars because they're the only ones in a market. They've wiped everybody else for being schmucks.
Right. Everybody's trying to push Juul through the ringer, and yet they're still, supporting Juul. They're still pushing their product.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Pick one side. Either you hate Juul and you want to get them off the market, or you don't hate Juul. You think that the product is good and you want to keep it on the market. It's
Think
not
about this. Juul even went ahead and made that new technology, but didn't release it in the U.S. They released it first in Canada. But they're just. I feel like they're just. It's a middle finger to the FDA to say, you guys asked for a way to be able to track stuff or a way to be able to prevent kids from using it. Look at what we created. Right. We basically blew it. They blew it out of the water. The requests. They're like, hey, we can lock the device with a phone. So it's putting the impetus, it's putting the onus back on adults or parents or whomever, that kids have access to this kind of stuff, etc., that it's your responsibility. We can't hold the thing for you. We can't, like, every time you want to take a vape, we hand it to you and then you give it back to us and we hold on to it for you and just follow you around everywhere. Hey, that would create jobs, but just fucking be a responsible adult. If you have kids, if your kids are vaping or you think they're vaping or they see you vaping, nip that shit in the bud.
Yep.
Come on. Nip it in the bud. It's your responsibility, not the government's, not your community, not the school teacher, not the principal of the school, not your doctor. It's your responsibility to decide what your kid is doing and not doing.
Absolutely. And I think that it's been a long time thing now that parents have just gotten lazy. You know, they don't pay enough attention to their kids anymore. You know, they just kind of let them raise themselves, and that's not the way to be, because that's when all these issues happen.
They're like, all right, well, until there's something I don't agree with, it's your job as a teacher. Oh, teacher, it's your job to teach my kid everything, whether it's moral fiber, how they should believe, what social politics they need to be following. Mold them. But then if they get an F on their paper because they've been goofing off in class, it's your fault. You need to make sure that my kid passes.
Right. And that's what I've said about, like, I understand sex ed, and I don't disagree with having sex ed classes in schools. I think that the age needs to be brought back up again. My daughter's only 12 years old. She'll be 13 in August, and she had sex ed 2 years ago.
I had sex ed in 8th grade. They should be talking about the human body, right? Separately. Girls and boys should be having separate classes where they're talking about their anatomy and what they can expect, because it's different stuff and they're not mature enough to be listening to the other side of the story. But you can send literature home to the parents so they can have the conversations and support them. But outside of that, they don't need to be seeing birthing videos and talking about sex.
Right.
Actually, I mean, that goes... It's hard. I'm not making a blanket statement. I mean, I am making a blanket statement here, but I mean, I could go either way on it. I'm not a child educator. I'm not a child psychologist. I don't know the stages of development. I don't know when the best time for it is, but I'm sure that there can be better discussions and better ways to go about doing it.
Right. Exactly. Me personally, I'm one of those parents that is like, when it comes to certain things, I think that we, as the parents, should be responsible for teaching our children. And I think that that's, a big part of that topic is one of them. Certain things teachers can teach a little bit better than we can. But, as a parent, I feel like it's our duty and our job to talk to them about these things.
Absolutely.
So.
It's your morals, too. It's your morals. Like, what happens if, like, you're a Christian or you come from a Christian background or any background, really? Like, even if you're not a Christian, not religious, but you believe that you don't want your kid going around, sleeping around and stuff like that and being safe, etc. It's like, that discussion is on you to have with your kid. They shouldn't just be left in a system where this is what the assumed truth is. This is what the norm is. Oh, right. Going to be having sex. So then you have a 12-year-old that thinks that everybody's doing it. Even the teachers are talking to me about it. So I should be doing it too, but I need to be safe about it. It's like, no, nowhere does it say you should be doing it at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that you should be having sex, right? No. I love how we just turned, this is like a sex discussion.
Cool. I know, right?
Not all vape, but.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope, that was it. I was just listening. Somehow we turned this onto a sex talk here, but
sex.
But you're absolutely right. It's like they start talking about it younger and younger and younger, and then these 12-year-old girls are like, well, like you said, everybody else is doing it, I should do it too. And that's not the case, but that's also a trend that we've seen here is 14-year-old pregnant girls, and that's not cool.
And at the end of the day, all schools really want is for your kids to matriculate. Once they graduate 12th grade, I've seen it. I've been in the system and worked with kids where they're just like, we just want this kid to graduate. Just make sure that they go to their classes. So at the end of the day, they're just looking to get the kid out. So that's not everybody. That's not to say, once again, don't take my word as Bible gospel truth, but most of the time they're looking, it's a system. It's a business in essence. It's a nonprofit. You're trying to get kids. You pay taxes for this, so it's free. They get paid, whatever. K-12, they're trying to help you matriculate out. They'll care to a degree of guidance, counselors, etc. But that doesn't mean they're not going to care about your kid the way you do. You're the one who created that kid out of your flesh and blood. They were created. So you need to take responsibility for understanding that they're not going to care about that kid as much as you care about that kid. That's just the fact.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm not opposed, like sports, for example. I'm not opposed to kids just showing up. They're champions. If they show up to the game, if they've done their training, they're already a legend. But they give out these medals and these trophies just for showing up, and that is taking a little too far, I think. And I think that really kind of resembles the point you were just making. Absolutely. Was the whole, just show up and we'll give you, appreciation for, what you've done or for just being here. And it's, when it comes to education, that's not the way to do it. That's very, very...
brings it full circle back around. You know what I'd like to see, Chris? This is actually a good conversation, because what companies, maybe Jules doing it, what companies are out there creating literature or spending money to do R&D or design on some sort of program for parents of kids or vaping, or have the vaping epidemic around? Like, there should be more videos, there should be printouts, there should be strategies, discussions that parents can have. It sucks that you have to do it, but this is the world we live in. So provide them. It's called plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Hire somebody or pay for some materials to be created that you can have host on your website. Have like a for parents page on your website, etc. Like CASA. CASA is great for calls to action. But what CASA? Why aren't you using some of the money that we spend, to support you guys as a nonprofit? Why aren't you creating literature for parents? Why don't you have a for parents page? Every educational site, PBS has it, Discovery has it, digital citizenship. It's a huge thing with kids and being safe on the internet. Well, if vaping's an epidemic, why don't we create literature for parents so they can read something and get the facts? Why not?
Mm-hmm. Well, we also have to take into consideration that we're only allowed to publicize what they want us to publicize. You know what I mean? Like, well, and
that's borderline autocratic. That's borderline socialist.
Yeah.
It's a democracy. You can print what you want to print. If you have, here's the thing.
Just don't say anything good about it.
You could say it's 95% safer, and you could link to legitimate scientific studies that lead to that. And they can huff and puff all they want, but if you're linked to a scientific study, what are they going to say?
There's nothing they can say.
Nope. We don't agree with that science.
Yep.
Well, you agree with science that there's no statistical evidence to support. So how can you be supported by no facts, and I can be supported by facts, but your opinion rules and mine doesn't? That's not democracy.
No. Then fuck you. I like that. What do we got? We got 13 minutes before the hour. I just wanted to go up and touch vaping with Vic. Actually had a topic to talk about too. Sure. We won't have much time, but he says he's got one. Facebook and Instagram are in the process of banning all sales of e-cigs and clamping down on sales groups. Influencers are being left alone, but Facebook said they are in discussions. How do you feel about that?
Interestingly enough, I just got I run a group. I'm admin of a few groups, but I run specifically a group called the High End Vape Forum. It's linked to a show that we do on Sundays on Stan's channel. That's actually going to be this Sunday if you want to come check it out. Sorry to selflessly...
No. By all means, if you want to throw a link in there, go for it.
Yeah, so basically this Sunday on Stan's channel, Tenacious TX Vapes, we'll be doing the High End Vape Forum, which we do every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to 2:30, so it's an hour and a half show. But Vapor Plugins, that's me. No plugs in my ears, just plugs out of my mouth. But basically, so I got a message from one of my moderators, hey, this is what's going on. So I went and looked, and a lot of groups are taking vape out of their name or abbreviating or going to secret from closed or public. And so I went in and I took vape out of our title because we have 2.3 going on 2.4. K members, and to lose all that hard work that we've put in just because it says high end vape forum, I changed it to the high end forum.
That would be horrible.
It's just one of those things. I don't know what's going on, but I just heard about it today, and it seems like a lot of people are doing that. So we're not like a sales group or anything like that, but sometimes we do waffles, which is already a change of name because Facebook calls them raffles, or doesn't like raffles, so we call them waffles, not raffles. Anyways, so that's what's going on. I've been touched by it today, so I changed that, and that's that. As far as I know, I don't know. I haven't seen them take anything down, but people have heard about it and they're reacting.
Yeah. See, I hadn't heard about it till just now, but yeah, I'm not a fan of taking the community and splitting it into, sales groups are not okay, but these other ones can stay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I think that it should be a cover-all. If it's good for this one, it's good for that one. If it's bad for this one and they want to take this down, then take these other ones down too. It's like I've always said about fighting to keep vapor products on shelves is if you're gonna the fight against the FDA, if they're fighting to take all of these vapor products off of shelves, they should also be fighting to take off the rest of the tobacco products off shelves, since they've already deemed vaping tobacco product. And if they're going to take one tobacco product off the shelves, they need to take the rest of them off. You shouldn't be picking and choosing.
I get where they're coming from, because there's like they'll be held responsible if there's underage sales going on that can't be verified. I guess for me, I'm thinking, obviously defensively here, because I have two groups. We have a buy sell trade. So the buy sell trades is what Vic is really speaking to. He said Swaggins won't matter if there's proof of e-cig stuff being sold between users. The group will close. So basically, BSTs are really in danger. That means like people that make full-time livings off of waffling stuff, auctioning stuff. They should be worried. But in essence, if I go through and just delete off of my main group the few waffles that we've run, then those posts, then we should be okay. But generally speaking, buy sell trade groups that are all about people just posting want to sell or want to buy, they're really in danger here. So.
Yep. Fully respect that opinion. Yeah, so I don't like it, but I do agree with not wanting to be held liable for underage sales. Definitely, I agree with that part of it. So what's up for you this week? Anything interesting in the world of Vapor Swaggins?
Today's Thursday, which means
Wednesday.
Oh, today's Wednesday. Shit. Today's Wednesday, which means that tonight is Never Heard of Them, so I'll be over there hanging out because I love Johnny Drips, heavy metal vapor. So I'll be hanging out there. Thursday, I'll be hanging out watching the Grim stream, the vlog, and then That's What She Said after that. I love Thursdays for those two shows. Also the Vape Team. I've been watching the Vape Team forever, but I pop back and forth between those two shows on Thursdays. Friday, the Vape Stew and the Green Room. I'll be on the Vape Stew, so come check us out on Stan's channel, Tenacious TX Vapes, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and then Sunday, the High End Vape Forum. So I'm a little busy. My weekends are busy, and I love hanging out with Lethal Coils. Chris, he's a good dude. He's a fellow masshole. So when I bumped into him before I did my waffle on the High End Vape Forum, and he said, "Oh, I'm doing the show," and I was like, "Who are you doing it with?" And he said, "Just me." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna come on." He's like, "Okay, well, fine. It's my show, but fine, all right."
Absolutely. You're always more than welcome, Swags. Thank you for coming on. I do appreciate that. Me this week, what do I got? Well, like I said, I'm starting to get my mojo back. So I want to get back on camera at least once this week and do another review. I haven't put one out in about a month. So something like that, about a month, maybe a little bit longer than that. So I'm going to get back into the groove here. We're going to get back into the recordings and get some stuff up. So at least one vape review this week. I did say I also want to start doing a vlog, so that's going to be a thing that I'm probably going to end up throwing out there as well. You guys can catch me tomorrow night on the Ohm Service live show on Solom Reviews channel. The usual bits and banter and my good friends Mark Solom Reviews and Steve Hodson, as well as Aiden Little Bro Vapes is going to be there. I do hope. But yeah.
Is he TVP's brother?
Who?
Little Bro.
No, that's Solom Reviews' little brother.
Okay, because I was like, he's Little Bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he Little Bro because he kind of looks like TVP?
No, they're actually unrelated. But Mark Solom Crew, that's my my boy. That's his little brother. He's my fam as well.
I'd love to hang out with the Brits sometime if they'll have me.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're going on tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. So I don't know if you'd be available for that.
I'll be around, dude. I'm on vacation right now, so this is why I'm like, hey, yeah, sure. Because normally I'd be just getting at home from work, and I'd be like, I'm exhausted right now, but I'm on vacation, so just hit me up, man. If you
Dope.
hang out, why not? Just give everybody too much of me so that they get exhausted and never want to.
Oh, we love you. We love you, Swags. It wouldn't be a show without Swags. So yeah, that's what I got coming up this week. You guys can check me out on that show tomorrow. Until you guys see the reviews, that'll be it from me. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us in chat. Thanks to Vaping with Vic for that topic. Thank you, Michelle Lynn, for being an awesome wrench for me. Love to see the moderators in there. I know you're the only one other than Nightbot, and Nightbot kind of sucks. So thank you very much, Michelle, for doing the job. I love you. I'm a wench. So yeah, again, big love to everybody in chat. Big love to my man Vapor Swaggins for coming on with us and enjoying some conversation. I'm going to wrap this up here now, guys, with our final words, as I always do. Remember, please remember that we're the masters of our own destinies. We're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative our days will ever be. So remember to keep that positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative just brush off your shoulders. Love you all. Until next time, I've been Lethal Coils. That's been Vapor Swaggins. And I'll catch you on the next one.
Safe.
Peace.